Welcome to the third lecture of Control System 1. Today I will discuss the topic the mathematical modeling. Now a mathematical model consists of differential equations which describes the behavior of the system. There are mainly two different types of mathematical models. One is input-output representation. Input-output representation. And another one is the state space representation. This input-output representation can be further classified as the transfer function model, and the describing equation of differential equations. So these are the differential equations model. So first we will start with the transfer function model. So what is transfer function? Now a transfer function, suppose consider a system whose input is in time domain, that is RT, and according to this RT the output CT is produced. Now we can convert this time domain into the Laplace domain. So it becomes the RS, and it is always represented by capital, and it is represented by CS. Now if we find out the ratio of CS by RS, then CS by RS ratio at all initial conditions should be 0. We should assume that all initial conditions are 0. Then this model is known as the transfer function model. So first a system will be given, and the given system may be electric type or the mechanical type. Then we have to find out the differential equations that represent the system. Then we have to convert it into transfer function model. Now let us take an example. Let us take an example, and in this example we will find out the transfer function model of this electrical circuit. So the element R drop across this is VR, and the drop across the A is VR, and we can assume this one is VC. So next we will apply the KVL within this loop. So when we apply the KVL, then V of t is equal to VR plus EL plus VC. Now what is VR? VR is the R into the current flowing through the circuit, that is IT, plus it is the L into dIT dt plus I dt. So this is the KVL when we are applying KVL in this loop. Next we will convert it into Laplace domain. So apply Laplace transform in this equation. So it becomes V of S equal to, this input is V of t, so it becomes V of S equal to R into IS. As it is a transfer function model, and in transfer function model always we will consider the initial conditions remain 0, so we are neglecting the I0 values, plus LSIS plus 1 by CS into IS. Or we can write this equation like this. So this is the input equation. Now the output has been taken across the capacitor. So the V output is equal to 1 by C I dt, or V0S, that is again we are converting into the Laplace domain, equal to 1 by Cs into Is. Now what is transfer function? That is the ratio of output to the input in Laplace domain. So to find out the transfer function model, we have to calculate the ratio of V0S by Vs. Now what is V0S? That is equal to 1 by Cs into R plus Ls plus 1 by Cs. And Is will be cancelled out for both numerator and denominator. So this equation can be rewrite as, next we can rewrite this equation like this, of 1 by RCS plus LCS square plus 1. Now V0S by Vs, that is also can be written as 1 by LC divided by S square plus RC divided by LC into S plus 1 by LC. Now in this equation, this is the transfer function of this mathematical model. Now in this transfer function, the highest power of the S is the 2. The highest, this number represents the order of the system. That means this is a second order system. So the transfer function is equal to 1 by LC by S square plus R by L into S plus 1 by LC. So this is the complete transfer function of this given electrical circuit. Next we will consider another example. Let us take another example. Suppose the input is Vi. And only R and L circuit is given over here, and I current is flowing through the circuit, and output is taken at the end. So what will be the transfer function of this electrical circuit? So in the same manner we will apply the KVL in this loop. So after applying the KVL, we can write VIT is equal to RIT plus L dIdt. Next we are converting this into Laplace domain, so it becomes VIS Is, or it can be written as Is into R plus Ls. For the output equation, we will consider V0 is equal to the drop across the inductor, that is equal to VL, and VL is equal to L dIdt. Assuming zero initial condition, we are converting this into S domain and it becomes L into S Is. Now again the transfer function is the ratio of output divided by input. So dividing the V0S by VIS, we will get Ls by R plus Ls, or it can be written as S by S plus R by L. So in this equation, this is the transfer function of this given circuit, and in this equation the highest power of the S in denominator is 1. That means this given circuit is a first order circuit. So from this we can assume what is the order of the system, and order of the system is represented by the highest degree of the denominator polynomial. let us take another example. So this circuit is given and we have to find out the transfer function of this electrical circuit. So we'll find out the transfer function in another method. Here the R and C are in parallel combination and L is in series. So we will convert it into Z. So first consider the Z1. So Z1 can be represented by this L, and in Laplace domain, in time domain, actually the voltage across the R is equal to R into IT. So when we are converting it into Laplace domain, so it becomes R into IS. When we consider the L, then the drop across the L equal to VL, and that is equal to L di dt. And in Laplace domain it is Ls to Is. And similarly for the Vc, it becomes 1 by C I dt and it becomes 1 by CSIS. So we have to keep in mind, when we are considering the Z1, we have to write the L. So L will be represented in S domain, that is Ls. So Z1 is equal to Ls. And Z2 is the parallel combination of this R and C. So Z2 is equal to, when both of these are in parallel, so it will be written as R into 1 by CS by R plus 1 by CS, or this is equal to R by CS, RCS plus 1, like this. Now we can easily find out the V0s and VIS. So what is VIS? Now the VIS, when we are calculating the VIS is equal to Z1 into I of S, and we are considering that I1 current is flowing through the circuit, plus the combination of Z2 plus Z2 into I of S, and this equation can be written as Ls plus Z is equal to R divided by RCS plus 1 whole into Is. Now V0, next what is V0t? So V0t is acting on the combination of these two. So V0s will be written as that is the Z2 into Is. So R by RCS plus 1 into Is. Next, the transfer function, that is equal to output by input in Laplace domain when the all initial conditions are 0. So it is V0s divided by VIS, that is equal to, V0 is R by 1 plus RCS whole divided by Ls plus R by 1 plus RCS, and calculating this we can find out that is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus S into L by R plus L into C into the square. So this is another way of finding out the transfer function from the electrical circuit, and here also the highest power of in denominator of S is 2, so the order of this system is equal to 2. Let us take another example of mathematical modeling of electrical circuit. So this circuit is given. Here the impedance Z1 is the parallel combination of R1 and C1. So Z1 is can be written as R1 by 1 plus 1 by C1s, and Z2 is only R2. Now again we are assuming that I current is flowing through this circuit. So the VIT, or here we will consider in S domain, so it is VIS is equal to Z1 into I1 plus Z2 into I1. So that is equal to R1 divided by 1 plus R1 C1s plus Z2 is the R2 whole into the current I1. Similarly, the V0 output is taken across this resistance, so V0s is equal to Z2 into I, that is equal to R2 into I1. Now the transfer function is V0s by VIS, and we are assuming that all initial conditions are 0. So V0s by VIS is equal to R2 divided by R2 plus R1 by 1 plus R1 C1s, and that is equal to R2 into 1 plus R1 C1s by R2 plus R1 R2 C1s plus R1. So this is the complete transfer function, and in this transfer function, for the denominator the highest power of S is 1, so the order of this function circuit is 1. Next we'll consider the order and the pole 0 representation from a transfer function. So let us take an example of a transfer function. That is, G of S is represented as, suppose 50 into S plus 2 by S minus 1 to S plus 2 or 3 into S plus 4. So this is the transfer function. Now the characteristic equation means the denominator equation. If we solve this equation equal to 0, then we'll get the poles and zeros of the system. But this form is known as the pole 0 form, where by equating this denominator is equal to 0 and equating the numerator equal to 0, we can easily find out the number of poles and number of zeros and the pole locations and zero locations directly from the given transfer function. So if the numerator is 0, it solves that S is equal to minus 2, and this is the 0 location of the system. 0 means for the values of the 0, the transfer function terminates to 0. And the poles means the values for which the transfer function goes to infinite. So the denominator is 0. From this we can easily say S1 equal to 1, S2 equal to minus 3, and S3 is equal to minus 4. So these are the pole locations of the given transfer function. Next is the pole 0 representation. So how can we represent the poles? Now in time domain, generally we use, this is the time and this one is the amplitude or the magnitude. Okay, and here in S domain, this axis is known as the real axis or the sigma, and this one is the imaginary axis and j omega. That means the S is equal to sigma, that is the real part, plus j omega, that is the imaginary part of the system. Next, the 0 location is minus 2, and 0 is represented by only put a 0 at minus 2. So if it is 0 0 and it is minus 1 and minus 2, so this one is the minus 2 location. So it represents that at minus 2 location a 0 is present. Next is the representation of poles, and poles are represented by cross. So at plus 1 there is a pole, so at plus 1 we will give one cross, that is the S is equal to 1, there is one pole. Another pole is located at minus 3, so we will cross at minus 3 locations, and another is minus 4. So these are the pole locations and zero locations of a transfer function. Let us take another example. That GS is given as, suppose 5 by S plus 2. So from this given transfer function, we can easily find out the pole locations. That means pole locations is directly given in this system. That is S is equal to -2. This is the pole location, and there is no 0 in the system, and 5 is the gain of the system. Now we can divide it by 2. So it becomes 5 by 2 divided by 0.5s plus 1. So this form was K by S plus A form, okay, where A is the constant, A is variable, and when we are converting this, dividing the equation by A, then we will get this equation, and it becomes 2.5 by 0.5s plus 1. So we can compare this by K dash by 1 plus S into tau. So this form was known as the pole zero form, and this form is known as the time constant form. So we can convert the pole zero form into time constant form, as well as from time constant form to pole zero form, where this K dash gain is known as the steady state gain, and tau is known as the time constant of the system. So if time constant form is given, in the similar way we can find out the pole zero form from this system. So in the third lecture, we have completed the mathematical modeling of electrical systems and the pole zero representation of a transfer function.